exclusively. Yeah, I know. They're not gonna.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. If YouTube was to ever lose speed, bro, oh my God. I am pretty sure they would do everything in their power to either get him back or get somebody to get him back. All right, y'all. Today we got YouTube is terrified of speed leaving, man. Video by Hello Yassine Extras, bro. It has been years and years, and YouTube isn't just now showing respect to speed, bro. I don't know why it took this long, but we here, man. Let's get into it.
What's poppin', y'all? It looks like YouTube might finally be showing some overdue respect to iShowSpeed, because he recently released a trailer for a show that's going to be produced for him. Now, recently, iShowSpeed's been going on his 35-day tour around the US. This is off the back of him previously touring several countries, well, not just several countries, several continents. He had done an Australia tour, New Zealand, Asia, in multiple countries in Asia, bro, as well as Europe tour and even a South America tour. I don't think he did Mexico yet, and I don't know if he did South Africa either. Did he go to South Africa? I'm not entirely sure. He may have done a date there, but he's done the biggest one yet, which is his home country of the US, 35 days. But unlike the other ones where he had peaked at 1 million viewers before, and I think that was in Indonesia, but it was one of his tour stops. in one of the countries, and he got over 1 million viewers, which is one of the most impressive feats that we've been able to see by an individual streamer. He decided to dual stream. Now, iShowSpeed was banned from Twitch for, I would say, at least 1.5 years, if not 2 years. Now, the banning on Twitch,
I think it's actually been around like 2 years, because he got banned in what? I don't know if it was 2023 or 2022. But Speed's been streaming on YouTube for a long time, bro. It's been over 2 years at this point, bro. But yeah, I don't even know what Twitch banned him for again. Someone tell me in the comments. I think he might have showed something he wasn't supposed to show, or I don't know. But they reinstated Aiden, so whatever Speed did, that has to go out the window at some point, because they put Aiden back on Twitch. Aiden's back right now. I don't think he's streaming on Twitch. I think he might still be on Kick because he has like a sign up deal or whatever. But yeah,
I believe Aiden Ross somewhat allowed him to get banned. It was all, the banning on Twitch happened from a clip that came out of what he said on an Aiden Ross stream where he was brought on as a guest. And then it was just an indefinite suspension. This was a couple of years ago. iShowSpeed, he kept doing his thing on YouTube. He was always primarily on YouTube, and he just used Twitch to be able to be a guest. And this held back Speed. Now, granted, he still blew up like crazy, but if he was able to collaborate with people that were on Twitch, it would have done wonders for his streaming career. He's really the biggest streamer to make it out of YouTube. So he started dual streaming, which is something that
I don't think people realize how like hard it is to like blow up on YouTube streaming, bro. Like, only people that I know that have done it are like Etika and other streamers in that like kind of category. But like, for Speed to blow up like this, just doing YouTube streaming is insanity, because I feel like it's getting easier and easier to blow up on Twitch. Kick, all you gotta do is just do some crazy random racist kind of thing, and then you're already gonna blow up, because that's all they have on there. Kicking and Rumble, it's like the same thing, but you gotta go like very, very, very far like down that pipeline. With YouTube, it's completely different, bro. But Speed's making a way, bro. This is the definition of if there's a will, there's a way, bro.
Twitch didn't used to allow. Twitch, if you were a partner, you had to exclusively stream on Twitch. You couldn't stream elsewhere. They got lax on that rule. And when streaming as an industry got more competitive, they had to adapt, which is good. It's great for the content creators. But it's competition for YouTube, because Speed's home is YouTube. So they're like, yo, we just can't let him keep cooking on Twitch. We got to keep our mans. We got to keep our boy happy. And that's when this show came out, the trailer for it. So I'm going to play you guys the trailer right now. and we're going to get into it. And also somebody else who has a lot of experience in the industry and streaming has to say about it.
I think I'm live now. What's good with y'all boys? I'm out, queen. All the work it took me to get here.
Oh, damn.
You gotta be kidding me.
Go, honey, drop. Great job, Speed. Wow.
You're trying to get skills that take years to get.
We're playing one of the best players ever. Think about it. You just picked off Tom Brady.
You gotta run under 4.4.
Pure athlete. Call him Speed for a reason. You gotta swallow it.
And you expect me to learn that?
I like that.
What's that? I did it. What the hell we about to do today?
Sonny Lee, Tom Brady,
You're talking a lot of.
Oh, nah, this
You think
about
I'm
to be lit.
scared? Five.
Know what I mean, brother? Oh, you.
Four. Come on, KD. I'm in your head.
Welcome to the final challenge.
Up. Whoa!
What can I do about that?
All right, buddy.
He ain't ready.
This is Speed Goes Pro.
Oh. No, wait. You talking about? I farted.
So off rip, this is very, very entertaining, and I think it's a very, very cool concept. It all has to do with athleticism. Speed has been considered, and there's a storyline of him just being faster than everybody. It's in the name. I show speed. He's trying to race everybody. He's called out several times, like Olympic athletes. There are times when he's lost races, and this is the opposite of what we had with Jake Paul. With Jake Paul, it was, oh, this guy's a boxer. When is he going to fight a real boxer? When is he going to fight a real boxer? And then the minute that he fought a real boxer, he lost, and it wasn't even close. There wasn't even a comparison, and he was still able to sustain the hype, but everybody knows that Jake Paul lost. Like, the idea and the mystique around Jake Paul of being a boxer, it's gone. Now it's just
Oh
entertainment.
yeah, and by the way, I just want to say this right now. He's probably gonna lose to Tank. I'm gonna be so for real. He's probably gonna lose to Tank. Anybody thinking that Jake Paul is gonna win against Tank, y'all? I know Jake's taller and is bigger, but Gervonta's just a heavier hitter, bro. And I feel like he can dodge Jake very because I've seen Jake fight. He's like he'll go fast in the first couple rounds, but he'll get burnt out by like round 3, round 4, bro. Like, yeah. So I just want to say that now. Tank is whooping his ass for sure.
Value of him being able to get in the ring with someone else that's a very big name. In the most recent case, it's Gervonta Davis, who is one of the best boxers of all time, but he's 80 pounds and 8 inches shorter, 80 pounds less and 8 inches shorter than Jake Paul. So we're just seeing freak fights. It's entertainment at this point. But with Speed, even though he's lost races, people don't really remember any of the races lost. They just remember him beating everybody or people being scared to race him. And he's called out certain track athletes. He's called out other people. And, the guy hits backflips. So it's his brand. And for him to collaborate, especially keep in mind, the guy loves football, soccer in America. So for him to do sport and to do it in collaboration with the best athletes, like you got gold medalists like Sonny Lee in here, and you've got him doing things that he wouldn't usually be comfortable. Like, we don't see Speed hoop like that. We've seen him play, I think he played at the Sidemen match, the charity game, which is one of the biggest events of the year. We've seen him, and we've seen people like Logan Paul transition into something like wrestling, WWE, with the entertainment value, the personality, and him really being able to hit those stunts. I mean, his brother Jake Paul says he's going to be one of the best wrestlers of all time. I don't know, because I haven't followed.
I ain't gonna lie. You see how Jake talks about his brother? He's like, yo, bro, my brother's gonna be the best wrestler of all time. I need a whole separate video to talk about this. But the fact that Jake Paul talks about his brother like this, and then Logan Paul goes on to just shit on his little brother all the fucking time, I really don't know how the fuck Jake is still cool with his brother or like bigging up his brother when Logan talks shit about him all the fucking time, bro.
followed wrestling for a very long time, since maybe at least 15 years, maybe even 20 years. Actually, no. I was younger than that. So at least 15 years. So I don't know how good he is now, although people do seem to give him his props. Logan, that is, both in iShowSpeed. I think that's an example of somebody that can do something athletic that is also tied to entertainment. And racing has just been that as of yet. But Agent, who is one of the co-founders of AMP, where you've got the biggest content creation group, especially independent one, that came up on their own, didn't piggyback off of or come off of a legacy like FaZe, not knocking FaZe, but we're just giving credit where credit is due to AMP here. He had this to say about the trailer.
You ready?
This is Speed Goes Pro.
And it's presented by Yo, I'll be honest, premieres. Wow, it is a show. I'll be honest, YouTube, hold on now. That's a bag. I know, like YouTube know how to treat gang. YouTube know how to treat bro. Nah, that's smart. You know, they saw this co-streaming and they're like, nope.
They saw that co-streaming
Nope.
and they were like, nah,
Yo,
bring him back.
damn.
Bring him
That's
back.
a good series idea too. Like if anybody was gonna do something like this, it's gonna be Speed. And this is all we want to see him do. That's fire. Good for Speed, man. Hopefully the exclusively. Yeah, I know. They're not gonna.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. If YouTube was to ever lose Speed, bro, oh my God. I am pretty sure they would do everything in their power to either get him back or get somebody to get him back. Because, bro, the amount of eyes that Speed brings to not only just the streaming side of YouTube, but YouTube in general, bro, they can't lose out on that. They literally can't, bro. So I'm glad that they're at least showing him a little bit of respect now, bro. Like, where was this when he was first starting? That's my whole kill.
I'm assuming they funded the whole like they paid for everything. So like they're not gonna pay for everything and be like, yeah, bro, you could put that everywhere.
This was, of course, filmed before Speed decided to multi-stream, but it is keeping him on the platform, and it's exclusively made for the platform. Now, they contracted out a production company, OBB in this case, that handled all of the filming and things like that. But there was a show that was similar to this years ago. If you guys remember it was a short show. You can find the episodes on YouTube called The Tim Ferriss Experiment. And he would just work with professionals in certain fields to get really, really good at things. Now, it wasn't all athleticism. One of the episodes that was really interesting. There was a surf one that was more athletic, but there was also one where he had to learn Tagalog, which is the Filipino language. And he had to conduct an interview, a 5-minute interview within less than a week. So he had to learn that language and be able to be on television doing an interview in that. And that was the premise of the show. But with YouTube, I think this is great because the last time YouTube did something like this, it was actively, at least, it was a decade ago. And then PewDiePie's situation happened with Maker Studios and he was supposed to have a show and they decided to pull everything and that became the adpocalypse. But people,
was this around that time where he was on Call of Duty and he said the N-word? I feel like that might have been around the time when that happened, bro. Once that happened, a lot of companies were like, hey PewDiePie, we can't really work with you, bro. You said hard ER. You said hard ER. He didn't even say A. He said hard ER. He said NIGGER, bro. He was not playing. I'm pretty sure he says that shit on a daily basis.
Like Liza Koshy and other very, very, very big YouTubers of that time were getting their own shows with YouTube. But I think the game changed. Like they were producing them, and I think YouTube was just taking an L on these things at that time because it wasn't a new viewer base that was going to watch this stuff. It was the fans of those YouTubers that were going to watch it on YouTube, which they were going to watch anyway because their favorite creators on YouTube. Content creation as a whole has matured a lot since then because there's clipping culture, number one. So everybody's clipping it. So there are people that see Speed on Facebook, people that see Speed on TikTok exclusively. That's the only place they see him. They don't even watch the stream. They don't even know where he streams if they had to know. Although YouTube is more accessible than Twitch to a broader range of audience. And by range, I mean range of age. So you've got those as an example. YouTube TV is also a very big thing now. A lot of people watch on TV. That was not a thing. YouTube TV as a product also wasn't really a thing 10 years ago when they were producing these shows for these people. And Speed is arguably one of the most recognizable faces on earth right now for a younger audience. You could even say an older audience, but with what he's done in each country, it's the most viral thing when he's there. And he's gone to a lot of countries, and he probably plans to go to more countries. So them putting him as the face works wonders. The way Agent kind of frames it is he's kind of taken a little bit of an elbow, a fun elbow at Twitch of like, damn, yo, YouTube really treat people good, man. I don't know. Who else is YouTube doing something like this with?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Basically, what he was saying is, hey, Twitch, you better start treating motherfuckers good before your big streamers leave. Like the Nats, the Rages, the Bruces, the them VTubers. Them VTubers be getting hella views, bro. The Emmy Ruse, all that, bro. Streaming services start treating your streamers good, bro. Because if you don't and they leave, you're cooked. You're gonna end up like Rumble. Speaking of which, do people still stream on Rumble? Let me know, bro. I thought after the Andrew Tate stuff, people stopped streaming on Rumble, bro. I don't know if they still do.
We know, right? There are probably people in other languages that we have no idea that maybe YouTube's done something with them. But I think Agent is just like, yo, Twitch, y'all got to tap in a little bit more. Although Twitch does show a lot of love. And I think Kai Cenat is an example of really the first creator, we could say, where Twitch really got behind him and pushed him and did everything they could for him. Before that, you had them show favoritism towards certain creators or certain streamers, but they never really came out and but pushed them forward and gave them any and everything that they needed, like they're doing with the Kai Cenat. And it is reciprocal because Kai Cenat is doing so much. The amount of new eyes and users and signups that he's brought to Twitch is like nobody has ever done in the past.
Just hit 1 million
subs. It doesn't even come close. So with Speed, I like the fact that YouTube is doing this. I'm really entertained to check out something like this. And this might be the new wave of consumption because, like, of course, we had traditional actors, and we will always have that have shows, but it costs money to promote these shows and marketing dollars. Think about how profitable it is to, of course, is sporting this. Is sponsoring this, and then who knows what other advertisements you've got integrate.
Bleeping out yo, please tell me in the comments who is sponsoring this, bro. They keep on bleeping out the person, bro. I guess I'm gonna have to look at the video and see for myself, because apparently he blurred the sponsor's name out in the YouTube video. He's bleeping it out right now. I don't know who is sponsoring this, but I'm gonna see for myself after this, bro.
With the show. So that's a moneymaker in itself. It's on YouTube, which is a platform where Speed fans are already on, as well as many other people that may know of Speed, but don't know what the show is about. And then it's exclusively on YouTube. And then the clips that will get spread of it, I don't know if they're going to copyright.
Is it sponsored by like Dick's Sporting Goods or something? Is that the reason why they're bleeping it out? I don't know.
That's one thing that I'm interested to see how that works, because I do think the dynamic, this is just more of a boring conversation. It's a more boring businessy conversation about how I think clipping is going to affect the monetization of content, especially with like rights holders in the future, because a lot of people are just never going to watch a stream and they're only going to watch clips. And there are a couple that will transition from clips to streams. And I think something similar will happen with music, where clips of music is very, very hard to come by. A lot of them get taken down, but that's some boring stuff. Y'all aren't trying to hear any of that, but I'm excited for this. I'm looking forward to, I don't know what Twitch could do. Twitch can't really do anything different. Ebuy, they actually helped Ebuy too. You could say they got behind him for these huge events that he throws. But Ebuy's a Spanish-speaking audience. So for Kai, I would say they've given him the most support of a English-speaking streamer. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do you think it's a cool show concept? Do you think there will be more after it? Will you check it out? Let me know in the comments.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm definitely checking this out. This looks hella cool. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad that YouTube is finally showing Speed some respect, finally showing him some love. And I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if this show generates millions of views, hella dollars, you know what I'm saying? Because this shit looks fire, bro. And the list of people that they have on here: Training Speed, Sunny Lee, KD, Tom Brady. Like, yo, this shit is going to be great, bro. So shout out to Speed and all that, man. And hey, streaming services and other stuff like it, bro. Start showing some respect to your biggest people, bro. I guarantee you it'll pay back in dividends. I swear down. Because YouTube is probably gonna make some good ass money off this shit. So yeah, man. Or they at least gonna get some good eyes on this shit. So but that's it for me. Marso Mafia 4L. Love y'all so much, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.